Shit, I said, what you talking about? I told him when he took to make it. I said, my dad made whiskey.
How did you know? So how did?
You know what they did whiskey? Corn.
Okay.
You put the corn. Then you take about 100 pounds of chop.
100 pound
Put
of
it
what?
chop. Corn.
Okay. So chop it up.
Chop corn.
Oh.
Put it in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Put water. Put about 60 pounds of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's set. And it run. It's like a beer. You go to beer. From beer, then you run it through the still. You get the proof.
Mm.
I was getting the ball. I was running 7 gallons at a time. I was getting the balls 3 gallons, and I was keeping 2, 4.
So why didn't you start making and selling your own liquor?
See, he wanted to make it. He was a dickhead. He was a ball man, but he was a dick that way. He drank every day. He said, "We can make our own whiskey. We can make it."
Yeah.
I was selling mine, and he was keeping his. See, I was selling mine, boy. I was selling mine. And I was running a beer joint. I was running a joint. Early in them come up, I had a beer joint. I couldn't get no whiskey license, but I got beer, wine. He said, I tell you what, I'm going to let you run this beer joint. That's what we call it down there, beer joint. He said, I tell you what I'm going to do. Pauline, that's my wife. She can run in the daytime, me and you running at night. We had wine, beer, hot, cookies. We had a building, like a restaurant on Friday night.
Yeah.
We cook, make hamburgers and stuff. Well, I come up through it. But he still behind me, see. He was rich. His mom and them was rich.
And this before y'all came here.
300 head of cattle. And then he had a stove. They had a stove. Then the post office was in there, his stove.
Was he black or white?
He was white.
He white?
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember when the white people started taking over everything?
Yeah.
So you seen it to where...
It used to be if you go with a white woman down there, they hang you, boy. You better get one pregnant, you had to leave town.
If you get...
So I had 2 white women.
What made us so scared of these people? Like, why didn't we just... Like, what made them so scary to us? Like, to y'all back then?
It was just... See, they said my grandpa... He was a smith, they said. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But he was sold to Mr. Dunlap. My daddy. Oh. He was sold to Mr. Dunlap. Okay. But he supposed to have been a smith. White folk were buying niggas. Back then, they were buying niggas, black guys.
When did you hear this or you seen it? Have you ever seen it?
I'm not old enough to know about it, but
So have you ever seen the slavery? You ever seen like them selling people?
I know people who didn't have nothing. And if you make it with a white woman, they hang you.
But that's like, cause I be doing my research trying to get to the point to where we the natives to America. We ain't from Africa. I want to know when they took over this. They had to take it over.
It wasn't in my time.
See, so you didn't see the slavery.
I didn't see it, no.
So now just think about that. We think about slavery ending in, let me see, 1960s or something, they say. They said slavery ended in 1960 or, I don't know, I got to see when it ended.
See, I was born in 1930.
Okay.
And see, all of this was going on.
You was born in 19... Oh, my God, Granddaddy, you are... Oh, my God. Granddaddy is...
Yeah, I'm 93 years old.
Oh, that's good. That is good.
Look, I wasn't there.
Oh, my God. I was born in 90. So, oh, my God.
Count it up. I was born May 7, 1930.
See,
that was in Hoover time. You heard about it? Hoover was the president. Okay. Rabbit was scared to get up and run. Time was so hard.
So was it a lot of what was they calling themselves with the people in general before the government gave us names like what did we call each other?
You was a nigga
before. So when you was like 10 years old, they was running around calling each other niggas.
Yep.
So it was a good thing.
Yeah,
it wasn't a bad thing.
Mm.
It like because when they say niggas, they try to put a bad term on it.
They try to make it. See, we just got our rights back running right out of Hooper.
Okay, so you
didn't have no rights.
So you still was born. You still now. I'm just trying to put it all together.
Back then, you had to like white people.
Yeah.
16, 17, you had to miss and Mr. soon.
So, okay, so
that's on in.
And that's about 1940s. It was like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you ever hear any stories of around that time? Not the news stories and the fake the slavery and the. Did you hear about us being Indians or Native Americans or Aboriginal to America? They said we was from Africa back then.
We were born right around in the little city in Arkansas, and that's where I was born here in Arkansas.
And then, did you ever talk to your daddy about where your daddy was born at?
My daddy, when my daddy died, he died, and my daddy died the first Sunday in 48. I was just a kid. Mama raised all 12 of us.
So he died in 48.
48.
And he was how old? Do you remember how old he was?
48. He died at 48 and he was 48
okay,
years old. But he wasn't on a slave. His daddy, my grandpa, he was on a slave.
Who said that? Did he say that? He told y'all his daddy was a slave?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's seen it. Why wasn't he a slave?
I
wonder why he wasn't a slave.
What? My dad?
Yeah.
Because they hadn't changed, like nominations and stuff. When my daddy was coming on up, his dad and mother was his mother was half Indian.
Okay, so that's it. You see where I'm getting to? Look, it's a point in time where
it was my daddy's mother.
What's her name?
But she was half Indian.
Her name was Kania.
Kania. Okay. And my grandpa was named Bose. Dunlap. But they said his daddy was a smith.
His daddy was a smith. But they
sold to Mr. Dunlap. And we would come up being Mr. Dunlap.
So, okay.
See, just like back then, like your kid, like you get married, black woman.
Yeah.
Your kid, let's say George.
Yeah.
Run a big plantation. He buy you.
Yeah, they had to change my name to whatever it is. To George's son or something like that.
See, like I said, I said that like Gate had a been, but Gate was black, but I said if he was a white man, and Gate wanted you would come up under somebody else, and Gate wanted to buy you, he could buy you and change you to his name.
But yeah.
He would change to your name to be you were his nigga.
Okay, so your mom was half Indian, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, where did your dad, if they had us in slavery since Africa, when did your dad get time to meet an Indian woman?
Well, just like white and black now. Wait, let me tell you this. You take a woman been had her rights all her day. White man been going with a black woman since she been in the woods. Was a cook, worked for him, working the house. He get baby. Your wife had sex with the white man, had baby, and they couldn't do nothing about it.
So that's what y'all call an Indian is a mixed baby.
It was an Indian man messing with my grandma.
Okay,
she was a carry.
My thing is they took our it's somewhere around your time they took or your dad's time, because if his mom he was messing with an Indian woman, they took our native away from us and started preaching Africa.
An Indian man was messing with my dad, my dad's mother. And that baby, she was half Indian. She had pretty long hair, brown, looked like an Indian. My daddy was a black man that when time was changing, he got to marry her, and that made him He was black and she was half Indian.
But when did we start calling each other black? Because that's not what we are. That's like
we were called,
it gotta
be nigga, and then we went from nigga.
Now I want to get to the positive terms because you keep giving me these terms that these white people will give us, nigga. It just sounds so rough to us. I want to know our names. We gotta figure out our names.
Well, I'm not off in too much of that, but I tell you what, a white man, when we called him out his name, he was a hunky. All right, they called us a nigga. Okay, when a white man messing with a white man was messing with a black woman, she was half white and half black. She was half nigger and half white man. Then white man could go with your wife, and you know about it. You couldn't do nothing because you was a slave. But you couldn't go with his wife. If you found anybody, you had to leave the country or either get killed. They were hanging them back then. If you go with a white woman.
So you ain't never seen a time to where we just said,
I wasn't in there.
Just said, forget that. We gotta take our land back, or y'all not about to do this to us. You never seen the uprising. We the Indians, they took our land. I did the research. Granddaddy, I've been researching. That's why I want to find out more about our family, because the more I research is we ain't been nowhere, Africa, none of that. All our family resort to here.
That's right.
So that means that the Indians, we the aboriginals, we originally here in America. So we can't be no nigga or African, all that they called us.
See, back, I want to tell you kind of like this. You take, like, when we, with our family and the white, and that, you ain't never see, that when they call us a nigga, our hair was bumpy, what they call. Anybody call with good hair, light color, they mix with white or Indian.
Yeah,
they were mixed with white.
It was a form of colorism.
They call it a nappy head.
But it's a form of colorism because now everything then came to surface. Because our hair is curly because that's the electric static we got. That we can take the sun and different stuff. Their hair is straight. That's bad.
And I tell you something else.
To be straight is bad.
We our language is a flat like a language. White folk had a different instinct than we did. They were yodeling and we sang hip hop and stuff like that. But now the white man and got where they singing more pop music now than they do the honky. That's when you were a big shot, black man, you call him a honky. Or Peckerwood. We was a nigga or he's a black man. That way our name was wrote up.
So you ever, did you hear about when Malcolm X was around? Did you hear about the stuff? Was you hearing about it, or was they doing?
I just heard about it because I wasn't old enough to really when the African and stuff was all when they all getting together. When they got where they could African or black people, they got a charge to be different. That's when I couldn't tell you that because I was young. But I was born in 1930. The president was Hoover. You might have heard of Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover.
And he didn't like no black. And he went everything with white. He go with your wife, your woman.
Scandalous.
And then he put you out there when you were a white man, and you didn't work like the guy with a black man. It's a lot I can't explain, but
now it was gearing for what the future held, cause you was too young for Black Wall Street and all that.
Oh yeah, and you stay back
Tulsa,
there,
Oklahoma.
It wasn't no what black president.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have none of that, but the Lord fixed it. He didn't read the Bible. He fixed it well. We turned from what the white man turned us away like nigger, and we call them honky, and they're like gay. like Jake got a big business over there. Jake was white man niggas. Cause he got Italian. See that, it's so many, I can't explain it like that. It's so many races, it's in different status, we don't know nothing about.
Yes.
But you know who fixed it? The good Lord fixed it like that. Well, we got to be, now, we call one another nigger somewhere, but now we got the same thought and way the white man living. The white man on us now.
Have you
But they still, the white man got the authority.
They think they do. They got the thought of power. They got power and they control, but
they
we gonna be in control.
See how the Lord let it come on up? How it coming? Well, white man, you just as much as a white man outside now, as well as you was a white man, you just black, but that's all right. They call us black nigger, but we got authority now.
Yeah, it's more of us. They stop reproducing. They can't reproduce as much as us.
And see, that means they got it now where you youngster, like I tell you, everybody need to go to school and get their instinct together where they can bag up their race. I ain't never been, they call me a black advocate. I ain't never been no advocate. I was born here in the United States. I was born in Arkansas.
But no, advocate, advocate, they call you a black advocate. Advocate usually stand up for black rights and stuff.
Right.
So that's what they advocate for, different stuff. But I don't feel I'm an advocate, but I don't want this to repeat itself. And like we saying, we got Arthur Sweets, we got Sweets and stuff. We got people that's of that age that's don't really are kind of lost. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we can't keep repeating this generation. It's been a time to where around that time back then, when they saying that you saying your dad saying he's black and she's Indian, that's around the time they messed us up.
We not black.
Come on now, it's a colorism. Come on, we brown. They made fun of me my whole life for being dark, my whole life, and it's colorism. They like the light skin, long, pretty hair. That's what they want to push the image. And
then they done messed around now. White women, they care more about the black man than do the white man. Because you know why?
And then
they got the authority and the law passed where they couldn't do nothing about it. But you mess with a white woman. Now, when I was coming up, I couldn't tell you in Arkansas if I messed with a white woman. I messed with a white woman, but they didn't know it.
But you say you messed with one and didn't know it?
I mean, the people, the white man.
Oh, they didn't know it. They didn't know it, yeah.
They didn't know it. I had to trip and do it. When I was messing with the woman, I was scared.
But just think, if you
But she told me, if I didn't do what I'm going to say you messed with me.
Oh. She's going to imitate you.
She acted me, but she had to lie to make me believe that she was going to turn me in and I was going to get murdered. So I know 2 or 3 boys got them pregnant, but they had to run off, went to Chicago, New York, because it's Chicago, New York, they had a right about being messing with white people, and we did in Arkansas. We didn't do no Arkansas but work, farm, we didn't work in no factory. Didn't read no paper, we didn't get no paper. See, but when the white man, he been had a black woman been had her rights all her days, cause she went with the white man to take care of her family and work, and back then, look, she didn't want to do it, but she did it for her family. Them who were married. I just can't explain.
One minute, Dad.
Let me see.
To take a picture of my ID is. Oh, okay.
Let me go and get through. Me and him and
y'all take y'all time. I ain't bothering y'all.
No, you ain't bothering me.
It's not clear. They probably won't use it. Need some light. Oh, there you go. gotta take that flash off.
That's cool enough for them.
They gotta be able to read it.
They just want the picture.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
I'm checking in, so when I go to the doctor, I ain't got to check in.
Mm-hmm.
They want the back, too.
Keep hitting it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I tell you what I want.
I'll go answer the
When
rest.
she got you done working, I ain't gonna let you stop.
What?
Can you get my phone up on all of it?
What you need? You need it on high? Turn your volume up.
The bottom.
It might be on high and you just ain't hearing it because we heard it. Oh, no. Yeah. You got to be careful when you hit that side over there.
Because sometimes it rains, if I ain't right at it, I don't hear it. You know I'm hard of hearing on one side. I got that nigga in me.
Y'all want this door open?
I might go out there for a second in the smoke. I think it's on now. Let me see. I ain't seen the flip phone in a minute.
Call on your phone and see what it.
Yeah, I gotta get your number too.
I think it got about 3 sounds in it. I don't know, one of them low. I don't know. I'm not gonna take it back to
I'm gonna put a P-row in here.
I just got that new phone.
I'm putting it under P-row.
My other little phone, it was loud. I don't know about that. That's a new type. See, I got this in the morning like y'all.